Load carrying capacity of a regenerative circuit. In a regenerative circuit, this return line is connected after the pump. So if we ignore this directional control valve, then we can see this return line is actually connected with the blank end. So there will be same pressure on both sides, in the blank end, also the rod end. So the force at the blank end is going to be the blank end pressure times the area of the piston, and that is acting to the right direction. And force at the rod end, so that's the blank end force, and then the rod end force would be the rod end pressure times the area of the rod end, which is area of the piston minus the area of the rod. Now the resultant force, the load carrying capacity, would be load carrying capacity would be, I would say, F load. Let's do this. F load is equal to the blank end force minus the rod end force. That would be the resultant F load, this way. So here, if we put all these, P minus rod end force is this. So if we simplify, it's going to be P times AR, said that's the load. So if we measure the power of this system, so the power, we know that the rate of work, which is force times the velocity, now is extending, so force times the velocity of extension, V dx. We have calculated before that the velocity of extension is QP by AR by a regenerative circuit. So if we replace that here, so it's gonna be the force is replaced by P times AR times the velocity of extension is replaced by QP by AR. So this is basically AR cancel, so we have PQ pump, which is the basically horsepower of the pump, the pump power. So it doesn't really change in terms of power. By connecting this circuit differently, we cannot increase the power of this pump. So the pump power, or the system power, will be the same. We are only just changing from force to velocity. So if we want to carry big load, then we can reduce the velocity. We want to carry smaller load, increase the velocity. So basically just one is increased by the sacrifice the other one. So the load carrying capacity is kind of stays the same.